There is a photograph that exists from December 2007 that most football fans have seen by now, and if you have not, it is worth looking up because it might be the most remarkable image in the history of the sport. A young Lionel Messi, already a Barcelona star, is pictured bathing a 6-month-old baby as part of a charity calendar shoot for the FC Barcelona Foundation. That baby was Lamine Yamal. The man widely considered the greatest footballer who ever lived was holding the child who is now being talked about as his successor. And the wild thing is, nobody planned that symbolism, the universe just decided to write it that way.
And it goes towards Yamal.
That was unbelievable.
Kept his composure, kept the ball from Mkhitaryan. Oh, that's brilliant! Yamal, who lets it run. Oh, that's
Lamine Yamal was born on the 13th of July 2007 in Esblugs de Llobregat, just outside Barcelona, to a Moroccan father and an Equatorian mother, and he grew up watching the club he would eventually come to define. He joined La Masia, Barcelona's legendary youth academy, and the story goes that during his very first trial match, the coaches watched him for about 45 minutes and then turned to each other and said they had seen enough. They did not need to bring him back for a second look. They already knew. Most academy prospects get called back 2 or 3 times before a decision is made. Yamal got one session and the club decided on the spot, which tells you everything about the kind of talent we are talking about here. Now here is where the story gets almost uncomfortable to say out loud, because some of these numbers genuinely do not feel real. In April 2023, aged 15 years and 291 days, Yamal made his debut for Barcelona's first team against Real Betis, becoming the youngest player in the club's entire history to play a senior match, a record that had stood for over a century, and that most people assumed would never fall. He did not just break it, he shattered it. By September 2023, he was playing for the Spanish national senior team at 16 years old and scoring in a 7-1 win over Georgia, making him simultaneously Spain's youngest ever senior international and their youngest ever scorer in the same night. You are thinking right now that surely there must be some kind of ceiling approaching, that surely a player this young cannot sustain this trajectory. And that is exactly what everyone thought before Euro 2024. At the European Championship in Germany, Lamine Yamal was 16 years old and he was the best player in the tournament. Not one of the best, and he did it against the most elite international defenses in Europe.
Yamal. Nice curl! Oh, I say, what an unbelievable goal! The 16-year-old Lamine Yamal!
He scored a stunning equalizer against France in the semi-final that is already being described as one of the great Euro goals, a curling, left-footed strike into the top corner that silenced the entire French defense and sent Spain to the final, and he won the Young Player of the Tournament award on the day before his 17th birthday. Think about that for a second. He won a major international tournament before he was legally old enough to drive a car in most countries. And the comparisons to Messi are not lazy journalism, they are genuinely earned. Both left-footed, both right wingers who cut inside to shoot, both wearing the iconic Barcelona number 10, and both capable of doing things with a football that seemed to belong to a different category of human being entirely. Barcelona reportedly pay him up to 45 million euros per year on his new contract, which makes him one of the highest paid players at the club, and his transfer value currently sits at over 190 million euros at 18 years old. The club sees him as the heir to everything Messi built. and after watching him perform over the past 2 seasons, that faith looks completely justified. This season at Barcelona, before a hamstring injury cut his campaign short in April 2026, Yamal had already put up 24 goals and double-digit assists across all competitions, and his overall Barcelona record now reached 41 goals and 38 assists in 138 appearances, numbers that would be exceptional for a 25-year-old and are genuinely extraordinary for someone who is not yet 19. His chance creation numbers are particularly striking because his 38 assists came from an expected assist figure of only 26, meaning he is massively outperforming the quality of situations he's getting himself into, which is the hallmark of a genuinely elite creative player rather than someone just running on volume. Now, here is the honest part, and I think you deserve to hear it because everything else about this story is so overwhelmingly positive. The hamstring injury he suffered in April is the one real question mark heading into this World Cup, because that kind of muscle tear takes time, not just to heal but to fully trust again. And the explosive acceleration that makes Yamal so devastating is exactly the physical quality that a hamstring injury attacks most directly. He returned in time for the tournament and scored against Saudi Arabia in Spain's second group game, becoming only the second player aged 18 or younger to score a World Cup opening goal since Pelé in 1958. But whether he can sustain that sharpness across 7 knockout games over a month remains the most interesting question surrounding Spain's entire campaign. But here is the thing that keeps coming back. Every time you try to apply logic or caution to Lamine Yamal, every single time the world has asked whether he is ready for the next level, he has not just met it, he has made it look easy. And there is very little reason to believe this World Cup is going to be any different.